The history of nuclear weapons is a complex and significant part of modern history, with major events and developments as follows. Early theoretical foundation and discovery. Nuclear fission discovery. In December 1938, German chemists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann discovered nuclear fission. This discovery was crucial as it showed that heavy nuclei like uranium could be split into smaller parts, releasing a potent wind of nuclear fission theory. In January 1939, Lise Meitner and Otto Frisch provided a theoretical explanation for nuclear fission, and Niels Bohr and John Wheeler further developed the theory, laying the foundation for understanding the process and its potential for energy release. World War II and the Manhattan Project initiation of the Manhattan Project after the U.S. entered War II. The Manhattan Project was launched in 1942. This top-secret research and development project aimed to produce the first atomic bomb. It was led by the US with participation from the UK and Canada and involved many top scientists, including J. Robert Oppenheimer. Key achievements. The project achieved several milestones, such as the construction of the first nuclear reactor, Chicago Pile-1, in 1942, which demonstrated a controlled nuclear chain reaction. In July 1945, the first atomic bomb test, known as the Trinity test, was successfully conducted in New Mexico. Use of atomic bombs. In August 1945, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, leading to Japan's surrender. And the end of World War II. These bombings had devastating effects, causing massive destruction and loss of life. Poco developments and the Cold War arms raised the Union's nuclear program. The Soviet Union also pursued nuclear weapons development. In 1949, the Soviet Union successfully tested its first atomic bomb, known as First Lightning, marking the beginning of the nuclear arms race between the US and the Soviet Union. Hydrogen bomb development. The US developed the hydrogen bomb, with the first successful test in 1952 during Operation Ivy Mike. This was a significant advancement, as hydrogen bombs were much more powerful than atomic bombs. The Soviet Union followed suit with its own hydrogen bomb test in 1953. Proliferation and arms control efforts. Nuclear proliferation. Other countries also sought to develop nuclear weapons. The UK conducted its first nuclear test in 1952, followed by France in 1960 and China in 1964. It conducted its first nuclear test in 1974, and Pakistan followed with its own tests in 1998. Arms control. Treaties. Efforts to control the spread of nuclear weapons and reduce the risk of nuclear war led to several international treaties. The Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, was signed in 1968 and entered into force in 1970. Other treaties, such as the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, SALT, and the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, START, aimed to limit and reduce the number of nuclear weapons held by the US and the Soviet Union, Russia, modern era and current issues, nuclear deterrence and modernization. Newer armed states continue to maintain and modernize their nuclear arsenals, citing deterrence as a reason. The US, Russia, China, and other countries are involved in ongoing efforts to update their nuclear capabilities. Non-proliferation and disarmament challenges. Despite international efforts, challenges remain in preventing the spread of nuclear weapons to additional countries and non-state actors. Mega packets QM in New York Heparents. New York program, two egos such as North Korea's nuclear program and concerns about nuclear terrorism highlight the ongoing need for global cooperation and vigilance. The history of nuclear weapons is marked by significant scientific achievements, geopolitical tensions, and ongoing efforts to balance security needs with the risks associated with such powerful weapons.